When starting a business, everyone recommends money generating activities, so that's why I picked Upwork. In this video, I'm going to show you how it's going so far. I sent my first 15 proposals, how I set up my profile, and what's been going on so far by looking and searching the clients for my automation agency. So far, I've transferred from marketing agency before that generated over 8k dollars per month, and now I switched to automation. So let's jump in and share the screen with you with my profile and how everything is going on after sending 15 proposals. So here's the screen. What I want you to go first of all, because I've dealt with this thing a lot before, is why Upwork. So we're gonna go in that in a minute, but this is what usually we focus on, especially when we start something at the beginning. We focus on things that doesn't really generate any money, especially at the beginning fast. I mean, because if you create the content well, then you can actually make money out of it, but not at the beginning. All we care about when we're starting is money, right? So we have to get clients, but that is painful. That's a lot of pain, and that's why I think I was there. I still am attracted to those activities. Like, I have a website, I create videos, find the best camera, lighting, and so on. Like, I did all of that crap, which none of them matters, because after you do a while, the time passes, and then you find yourself that you still don't make any money. That's why I shifted the focus. I started to get that bloody activities that are hard, especially mentally, when you are here comfortably and then you want to transition on the other side. It's hard to see rejection, no's, and on and on. For the reference, in my digital marketing agency, I had a lot of clients through referrals, so I didn't put too much effort into it. I just was present to events, specific type of events, and then from there, people heard that I work with this guy and with this guy, and they start to recommend me. This is the main thing. We know that this works, but you cannot stop there. So that's why I picked the Upwork. The other activities that I'm already building is cold emailing, and actually when I have time I started to do like outreach, DMing people that are potentially my clients. So basically, make sure you don't do the same mistakes that I did. You can actually do the website, the caption, but first you have to be the person that is worth following, where you have those advices that people know that they can trust you. So even though, like, that's what I thought about when creating these videos, but I'm not going to advise anyone anything. I'm just gonna share everything that I done already. So it's going to be kind of documenting my journey, not teaching anyone anything. Maybe some small steps that I'm going to implement is going to be helpful for someone. So why I chose Upwork in the first place? So I made here a real scheme that you can have a look why I chose Upwork. So there is a lot of pros and cons to this, but like, let's start with the skill boost, right? To be honest, for me it's very hard, like, mentally, to send proposal, especially to record Loom videos for each of them and say to them, hey, I'm the best, pick me for this job, and on and on. But what happens when you do that? So as you can see, I have a lot of changes already on my Upwork. We're gonna jump there in a minute. I already changed my description and all of that once, and if I'm looking to the videos that I made at the beginning, because with each proposal I make a video and explain to them something, and when I look at the video at the beginning and then at the 15th proposal, it's totally different. It's better. Like, you really improve the skills that helps you right now generating money. This is very good. You kind of handle objections because people are skeptical, especially when you're starting, you don't have like a trusty profile and all of that. And you always look for feedback. So you look for what's wrong with you, what's wrong with what you are doing, so you can improve that. And actually the market gives you that feedback. There's the buy intention. We all know like this is the hottest one, because Upwork already have people there that are ready to pay money for a specific thing. Your job now is to be better than the other guys that maybe they are better than you, or maybe they have more experience. But you have to find a way to jump through all of these crowd to get a job, at least one or two, and then you start getting good for that. But this is what I'm thinking, because you're gonna see later results. So the buyer intent is there, because people already have the money prepared to pay for serving and solving a solution, a problem. So we cover that, all of them. And the other thing that I spoke with guys that are already doing very well on Upwork. Actually, I have a friend of mine that is doing that. This is a good point, because he was explaining to me a $20 per hour gig can transform into a long-term collab. So you can basically start a project for $20 and then you can end up making 50k per year just for one person, and not even working like full hours, but remote on specific projects or so on. Like the idea here is you can get first like with something very small, and once the time passes, that client can transform in something very big. So the money that you spend here to get that client, it's 100x or more for the money that you spend to the money that you generated at the end. And there is the content. I will, like, my first foot in the door was I have to create content. I have to be better and get good at English and all of that. So I created content and people didn't come, especially like nobody came at the beginning when I had the marketing agency to say, hey, I saw your video, let me be your client. Nobody. But it actually helped a lot once they saw me, let's say, an event, and they saw me and then they went on social media. They checked my Instagram, my Facebook, whatever, and they saw what I actually do. And after that, the next interaction was, hey, you are doing very well, I like what you're doing, and things like that. So they become more likely to become a real client of mine. So this is what basically I picked Upwork. There's a lot of pros and cons, but you can pick whatever brings the most like money generating activities. This is all you want. But in my case, I sent already 15 proposals. Let's jump on the Upwork so you can actually see. So this is my Upwork profile. Let's update the page. As you can see, so far I sent 15 proposals. I have 3 that were viewed already, and I have where it is. Actually, I have a invitation to an interview, but it's not relevant to my profile and to what I do. So this is my 15 proposals, and 3 were viewed. It was very hard for me to send them, like through rejection that I had inside. Like, yeah, you have to send them first and then you're gonna resonate, especially if you didn't do any kind of stuff before. And let's analyze the profile, how it was. Basically, this is the profile right now, but I have an image that how was the profile. Actually, I updated the title and description today, but this was how it looked like before. I was more focused on workflows, content systems, but I changed today a little bit because of some research that I found on Upwork. like what's the highest jobs that they are looking for and so on. And because of my experience in the so there is like 20 key leads generated in DM on Instagram, more than 10 million organic views and so on. So because of that, I adapted the content specifically I adapted the description specifically to helping others generate views and automate those kind of process. But this is not what are people searching for on Upwork. So I changed that today to automation architect, go high level, Airtable, CRM, lead system, and I changed that. I also kept my previous results because these are real that I generated before, that included some sort of automation inside. And I have here a couple of published portfolio of mine. So as you can see, everything is empty. I asked someone to give me a testimonial, but it looks like the Upwork analyzes them first and then they will release it. It takes a while, certification, but I don't have any clients yet from Upwork. Another thing that was annoying for me is I sent a couple of direct contracts. So basically they advertise it's a good way to bring outside clients to Upwork. So I have 2 clients that already have to pay me for a specific work that I delivered before. And I thought, hey, let me bring them to my Upwork profile. So this way I can boost it a little bit, because Upwork shows you the money that you earned here. And I had a lot of trouble with those contracts. They first had a lot of problem with actually adding the payment method. That person already tried like 4 or 3 different payment methods to add, and once something worked out, they start to fund the project and then they got the money refunded to them. I don't know why. Like, this kind of things makes you not want it to send the direct contract anymore. The job that is boring, that takes a lot of energy, that takes a lot of rejection, and this is what I plan to do. Like, I could make a conclusion that Upwork doesn't work if I would say, let's say, at least 100. Like, let's say I send at least 100 proposal and I want to quit Upwork and do other methods, or because while I'm doing Upwork, I'm doing other methods as well, like picking up slowly, such as cold email. I'm doing communities. So basically, I'm finding the most potential communities that would be interested in my services, so I could post their like valuable content. So if something would work first before that one, probably I will have more inputs here. Like, what works for me, usually where the thing that works for me, I will put more input into that thing. But after I will do at least 100 proposals, I will think, what should I do? Or maybe I consult with someone that already have experience in making money out of Upwork, getting jobs. So this is what I have so far in my automation agency. So far I have implemented already a couple of automations for clients that I have outside of Upwork from the previous connections with the digital marketing that I had. What I want to close this video, just a second, is that big mistakes that I made. Like, I didn't have a pipeline with the leads consistent. Like, this is the biggest problem, I think, especially for the agency owners, when they have a few clients and then they start having referrals and you stop it. But I never have had one proper, let's say, a system that continuously give me leads. Never. I think this is the biggest problem, especially when you're starting out. If you have that, you kind of you will have other problems here, like delivery systems, all of that. So you can work on those one if you have that figured out. But you don't have this figured out, you won't see any problems here down, like on operations and delivery and anything. So guys, solve this one. This is the most important part, as Hormozy says, and as everyone successful on the internet and in real life says, that you gotta focus on the hard things that are boring, that takes time, and that brings results, not on that fancy thing. If you liked the video, make sure you subscribe. So I'm gonna share my journey, how I'm growing this automation agency, and maybe you can implement it along the way. If you have a business already, know that I do automation. Maybe I can be helpful for you and help with your business to save more time and generate more money. With you as you want, I'll see you in the next video.